Hello and good day. So in this video, I wanted to do about household spirits. And this is going to go into types of household spirits, how to feed and care for them. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this video. We can all use some help with our magical spirits. And if you are connected to magic or any type of spirituality, you have spirits around you. And actually, every home, doesn't matter if you believe it or not, every home has a spirit. And so connecting with some of these spirits will bring us protection for our house. Household spirits are perfect to tap into and connect with. They are protective, they do want us to do well, and they are connected to nature. So the spirits that I'm talking about are all connected to a force of nature. Household spirits are great to connect with. Every home has a gnome. And I know many of you have heard me say that, or have also taken the fairy magic class or the elemental magic classes. But we have a gnome, we could have a fairy, we could have both. But we have elemental spirits living in our house. And maybe after you listen to this video, you may be able to connect with it. This also lets us know that we can use them as a magical ally and be friends with them. So there's many different types of household spirits depending on the culture and the region you are. Every house has a spirit in or of itself. This is the soul of the house. Every house was built from materials like wood, stone, brick, and they all originate from a natural place. If you're a witch or a mystic and believe that the trees and spirits have a spirit or energy, then you would also believe that this energy and spirit is also transferred into a home built with these materials. Our ancestors believed this. They honored this. In addition to the house's spirits, our ancestors believed in household spirits of a more fairy or elf-like nature. For example, the Scottish people have a brownie, a gnome-like being that helped the women of the house with their chores while everyone was sleeping. The Russians have the domovoi. The Irish have the binti. And nearly every ancient culture had a household god or spirit, and also believed that their ancestors shared their residence. So if you have a spirit, a household spirit, you share. People would love to hear about your household spirit. So we want to care for the spirits of our house. And first, we may need to make sure that our house is not neglected. Usually, 99% of homeowners, I would say, neglect the spirit of their home. Your house itself is the physical structure that shields you from the outside intrusive forces, weather, energies, etc. Plus, it serves as a sanctuary for your family or for yourself. So why not show it some love? Why not feed your house the energy that you want to feel when you come home? And for my students, a lot of times I'll tell them to walk into each room so that they can understand how it naturally feels and then give it the energy that that room needs. So one way to care for the spirit of your house or the spirits of your house is by talking to it or them. Just by recognizing that your house has a soul is enough to connect with. Give it gratitude. By talking to the spirit of your home, you're acknowledging that there is life, that there is a consciousness. Tell it about any renovations or changes you make before you do them. Put a hand on the wall and thank your house for doing its job and shielding you, relaxing you. By putting your hand on your wall, use your left hand, choose a wall, close your eyes and connect with it. And if you don't believe that there's a spirit or that your house is alive, ask for it to show you. Ask for it for confirmation. Many people can see nature spirits or energies, or feel a breeze or hear a crack. So if you do, ask, who is in my house? Do I have a spirit in this house with me? And let it communicate. The second thing that you can do for your house and the spirit of your house is to name your house. So I've always named my houses. One was the House of Avalon. This house I'm in kind of has a regular name to it right now. And I call it Danny. But I also have other spirits in my home with other names that I call for specific energies and reasons. But name your house. Some people name their car. You name your car, you should name your house. And in the old days, in the ancient days, every house had a name, just like a person. And if you travel into the historical parts of the US, the older homes all have names like Green Manor, or the House of Seven Gables, or Oak Manor. This is an ancient tradition that was passed down through the generations that, until recent years, had continued. You don't have to name your house anything fancy, even if it's just your last name and manor or estate or mansion. So Gibson Manor or Gibson Estate, if that was your last name. The other thing you want to do to care for the spirit of your house is to give it offerings. And offerings are essential. So for me, because I am part Ojibwa, Native American, we believe in spirit houses. And many other cultures believe in spirit houses. You can find them in Thailand. And spirit houses is a sacred building that we have for the nature spirits, and we put our offerings there. We give offerings on special occasions, or if we want to give them gratitude or if we're asking for something. And you can do this, you know, once in a while or as often as you want. But when we give offerings to the spirit of our house, it is super important because they will keep calm in times of change. And this is really important to do if you're doing renovations too, because spirits will get stirred up when you're doing renovations. And a lot of times even ghosts will get stirred up if there's any type of change. So we give them offering so that they can be in a relaxed, positive state of mind and understand that what we're doing is beneficial. And offerings can be anything from incense to flowers to water, wine, beer, cookies, sweets, part of our dinner, a crystal, a bowl of change. But whenever you actually give the offering and state what it's for, your house will know. In addition to the spirit of your house, you might have other household spirits too that need to be fed or cared for. I know I have my ancestors in my home. I also know I have guardians. And it's important to show and acknowledge the presence of the spirits that we have around us and to feed and care for them as well. So other spirits to consider giving offerings and gratitude and connection to is our ancestors or our guardians, our familiars, different gods and goddesses that we're calling, as well as our spirit guides. Spirits that protect us and watch over us. They're the ones that bring us blessings. And they help us in our manifestations and our magical workings when we ask them. Our relationship with the spirits around us should be a two-way street. And that is why giving to receive and receive to give is so magical. It represents balance. It represents loyalty and connection and honor. So let's talk about feeding your household spirits. If you have ancestors present in your home, it may be best to set up an altar for them, and you can give them offerings daily or weekly or monthly. Some people do it on the full moon or the new moon. I do offerings daily. And this energy actually feeds their spirit. Just like I teach to light a candle to energize the spirit of the room. This energy shows in your connection. It shows your gratitude and it strengthens their spirit. Well, ancestors will always protect us, whether we feed or care for them or not. If we do put more effort into our relationship, our blessings always grow, and it can grow tenfold. But you cannot just be doing this for the things you want to receive. As I said, our connections with our spirits should always be a two-way street. If you are from a different culture or region, maybe do some research on the type of spirits you have around you, what's traditional for your area, and what offerings they would like best. Though ancestors are typically fond of altars, brownies and household spirits might prefer their own space. And that's why I'll do the spirit houses. You can even create a room for them in your sacred space. So if you have a sacred room where you meditate or practice magic, you can create that as a room that is for them. Some people will even dedicate a linen closet or an attic. Or some people will clear off a shelf and put a small, pillow and blanket or something there that would let your brownie or domovoi know that they can rest there. The other thing to know is that guardian spirits will take up residence in a doll or statue or any other figure you invite in. So some of you that have creepy dolls, there can be spirits in dolls. And once they've taken up a residence in it, it's important to clean it regularly and put oils and offerings around it. However, the domovoi, they prefer sleeping and hiding out in chimneys or old stoves. And they will act up if cleaning or clutterness comes around. So if you have a room that's starting to get cluttered, they will be in there. That attracts spirits. It gives them more places to hide and be on their own. The relationship and bond you have with your ancestors, the gods, the household spirits, your spirit guides, is truly in your hands. Just like a relationship with your friend or a loved one, it takes care and feeding. And this is the same for spirits. It takes time and effort. Don't assume that the spirit of your house or the ancestor or God will come sweeping in to help you whenever you demand it if you're not putting any effort into the relationship. This means regular communication, regular offerings and gifts, regular acknowledgement and communication, asking questions, asking to see their presence. The more you connect with them, the more they're going to help you, your family, your magic, and the more you'll be protected. I hope you liked this video. I do have more coming, but for now, connect with the spirit of your home. Do you have one or do you have many? I'd love to hear. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments. Don't forget to like this video or subscribe to my channel. I have a lot of cool videos on its way. Thank you for listening. Many blessings to you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.